Hey guys, my name is KiddyW25. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are continuing with Rise from the Ashes, episode 5. Now, if you remember from last episode, we had a mix-up that happened with Edgeworth and everything, and we found out that there might be 2 murders and both victims' names were Bruce Goodman. It's a bit of a mix-up. I've already said mixed up too many times now. Let's just continue with the story straight away. Let's just ignore my ramble and let's just start the game. I clicked the wrong thing. That's the right thing here. And that's boys and girls. That's how you do an intro. That's how you do an intro. February 23, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Co. law officers. I can read. So, Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. I'll try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Ooh, glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Uh-huh. Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Oh, geez, Cracklin, are you alright? Let's go! Science awaits us. Alright, surely we get to visit the police department as well now. February 23, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. Oh my goodness. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just... Wait, are we just going to... Are they just completely gonna go over the fact that she's listening to his inner thoughts? Or his murmuring? We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is... Luminol testing fluid! Yay! It's every kid's favorite pastime toy. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Oh, this is one of the added gameplay mechanics that they wanted to put in because of the DS. Because in the original Game Boy Advance release, they didn't have Episode 5. Episode 5 is an original for the DS release. So they added, like, you know how the DS had a microphone and you can blow air into it and it'll recognize the sound of air blowing past a microphone like they do, like that thing, and it'll be like, oh, oh, we'll do stuff with this sort of thing. So they had, I think it's going to come up soon, but one of my fondest memories of this case that I still vividly remember is you get to you can get fingerprints. There's like little sections where you can try and find fingerprints, and so you use the stylus and tap on the touch screen, and it's like dropping the dust in, and then you blow into the microphone, and it's like blowing the dust away and seeing if there's any prints left. It's so simple, but it was so fun back in 2000 and I was still in high school, so 2008, 2007-ish times. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it, like this. See? Yeah. So it's like that's what it had for this. It's also the stylus and the tap. I think. Press the A button. I don't know. On it. Press the A button to spray on it. Okay. Let's find us some bloodstains. Oh, so this is not in the boot. Oh. Not in the boot. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this the blood stain? It's so, Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, we definitely know that this is a blood stain, but doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course? What's odd about this, scientifically? Oh, it's both of them. But I think I'm going to go for the amount of blood first. Because it's a stabbing victim. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be... if they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? Alrighty. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all of their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah, it feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. I don't know this character. Ha! Oh, it's this woman. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star, you only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. Ooh. Oh, it's a day-old. Okay. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just... that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. This blood must be from when Lana... No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Not necessarily. Just because, yeah, Lana's hand had blood on her, but it's not necessarily because she's guilty. It might be the blood that caused her. But it might be her own blood, not the victim's blood. Oh, I think that's it. Let's talk. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. Just straight up, Emma's like, oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? What photograph are you talking about? This one? No. So it has to be this one, but what? I don't know. So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the cough-up queen. Hair flick. Oh, okay, my neck crooked a little bit there. Cricked? I don't know what. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Oh, hello. Hello? SL9. Oh, why is this still on this whole time? SL9. SL9. Wait, she doesn't mean... Okay, it's off. You'd think after so many of these streams, I'd learn to double check that the voice mod thing is turned off or turned on. Bloody hell. Present. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note, Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for a transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Now we can... No, okay. I guess we still present... we present this. What do you think about this? The SL9's written on that knife. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. What do I need to show to, I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to move to a new scene and see if it's changed. February 23, Police Department, entrance. It's even busier today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose that makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got from at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Wow, is that it? Ooh. Let's check all the other places first, though. February 23, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. It makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Alright, so the game really just wants me to go here, but I'll go to the detention center first. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Oh yeah, that's right. I want to see who the suspect is. Let's go here. Oh, okay. It's the same. Okay. The only place we can go. Oh, it looks like it's a western. Guess who we're gonna see in this area, I guess. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. It's not here.
Where is it?
I don't know. Someone took it.
Well, I know no one uses it, and
I haven't touched it.
maybe I took it this morning.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't remember.
She did.
Hey!
What? I didn't say anything. Yeah, I did. I didn't say anything. And you can't look up a recorded video of me saying it to prove that I didn't say it. Because I didn't say it. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh. Oh, what's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. Oh, hey. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Let us examine things, shall we? Oh, so much alcohol. This cannot be legal, having all this alcohol here. Come on. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Okay, let's talk about the cacti. Yipes! These sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell, with spines pointing in every direction, just like her. I'm not sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Okay. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through there, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it'd be more of a yeah myself. I don't know why I found that so amusing. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check up on who went in and out of there. Okay. We're gonna talk about the trap. Look on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. You sure have an active mind. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. Okay. So what now? Oh! Oh! Let's go! Wow, we got a reaction. There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something and planted their head right in the spines. Oh, I don't know what voices I was supposed to do then. I wasn't reading the voices. This is Emma's voice. I think that might be more painful than being murdered. I can't believe there's nothing more. Alright, I need to look it up. I can't. I don't know. I have no idea what to think. What to do. Okay, so I missed out on asking a question because I'm an idiot. So let's go back to Angel. Because we can get a bit more information from Angel by doing this. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Okay, nothing else? Present the crime photo. Why present the crime photo? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from that guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? And then we can talk to her, because that's unlocked something. There we go. Yikes. I love the fact that the internet is a thing. I love the fact that broadband is a thing to get into the website that has the information to help me go past parts that I'm stuck on a lot quicker than it was back in 2007, 2008 when I played this first. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. Wait, who's this guy in the bottom? Here, underneath Angel. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary. Oh, the echo is on! Naughty! I pressed the button to turn it off. Naughty. I'm growling at my voice mod. I'm so sorry. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Off. Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself, and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends, how many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Hey. We can get State Marshal to let us in. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he, are you his... Are you going out? What do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall, There we go. Now if we go back... Now that we've got all that done, now we've triggered... Oh, there's a new text. I didn't know that. Now if we go to the place outside the crime scene, he'll be there. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! I don't know who this is. Hey, wasn't that... Oh, okay.
One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you.
Detective Gumshoe!
Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking.
Now's not the time for despair. We've caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence.
The criminal, you mean?
You heard about the stabbing in the police department event evidence room, right, pal?
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested him because it's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch. Pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
Wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
I like doing his voice too, he's my favorite. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Alright, now I actually want to go to the,
Okay, hang on. Now I want to go to the detention center, see who it is. First, before going to Marshall. Visitor's room. Who is it? Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did.
Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing.
What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, look at him. No, and his hand is also hurt. Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this?
Wait, he isn't. Is he?
You, Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What?
Now, this is an unexpected turn of events.
Bam. Bam, bam. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir. Because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall?
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Ow!
What the heck is this guy doing?
So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went night. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky? Oh my goodness.
The voice is still up. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But, sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared?
That's some story. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me like that. Oh, sir. Please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor did I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Alright, present, I guess. No, present. Officer Meekins, this is for you. I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look. That's it, sir, last night, sir, that's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. We don't have anything to do with him, I don't think. So let's just go move, now that we've met him and we talked to him a bit, let's go to the guard station. Where the hell are ya? No, is he? You're still here. I don't know where to go already. Oh my lord. Steak lunch, evidence room, entrance guard station. Examine the door. Wait, I need to examine the door again? Hang on. Evidence room, guard station, examine the door. Oh, while you are here, you spray Luminol. Doing this in the HDIO's port. Okay. Police department entrance. You will meet Gumshoe, and then you'll meet... Oh, okay, so I do have to do this. Okay. See, it's this kind of stuff that really gets me. Like, I had no idea that I'm supposed to go... That's not the right place. I'm supposed to go, and then I was here, and I'm supposed to show him this. Goodman's ID. The idea to do that never came to my mind. Oh, but it does make sense. Do you think you can take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir, that's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But so now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. So I'll unlock this. Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room, and that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Oh my god! And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed the knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped him and leaped. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's word, sir. What happened then? Well, my ass, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir, that's what I want to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. It told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited now to tell us all this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we'd better go and check out that crime scene. All right, now this should unlock this place. Please. Oh, hello. This is new. But, hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant.
And you're sure this is all, You know what this means if there's anything missing.
Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looked a little flustered.
Oh, right, my boy. How you been? Swim much?
Chief Gad reporting for duty, sir. Well, why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Let us talk. Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yeah, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident on Gourd Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor shit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto?
Von Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
No, in any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd just do anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
Oh, it's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean.
They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
No, righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that.
That was a cough because my throat is starting to hurt.
And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the Chief of Detectives trap shut.
He was the one you were picking on earlier.
Oh, you saw that? Oh, whoops.
I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Okay, let's present the same things. I was wondering, could you take a look at this?
Ah, sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one.
The guy who can't sit still. Does he mean Detective Gumshoe? Either him or the dancing blue badger. Okay. I'm just gonna move to here and then to the guard station. You're not. Oh, that means I need to unlock something. What do I need to unlock? I don't care. I don't care. Just tell me what I need to do. After talking, examine the chief of detectives, the guy sitting in the... Oh, okay. Examine... Oh, I'm an idiot. They just talked about that. Ah. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in that trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on this is February 21. Better make a note of that, just in case. It's the day of the murder. Can only be submitted to the chief of police. I should really get back to the investigating the police department crime scene. There we go. Okay, hang on. Oh, far out, dude. Far out. It's telling me to move back again to the criminal affairs department and then talk to Gant again. Permission to enter! Oh, bloody hell, dude. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Huh? Well, I never thought that day would come when Righto asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. The pause. Oh wow, that is a long pause.
Now, Righto.
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all.
Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man?
Huh?
Heck. If anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'll give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourselves out.
It just goes to show you never know until you ask.
And for you here, you can borrow this.
Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir, it's an honor.
Now you just ride along and do your best now. Later, folks.
Bro, creepy. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Alright, can we not examine the card? Okay. We don't get... Now we can move in now? Now we can go in? Oh, thank you. Now we can... Now it's, Now we examine the door? Ah, now we examine the door. And there's a new game GeForce driver. Okay. Well, I'll deal with that later. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. Oh. It won't open. Aha, the card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partner. Well, what's made my Babina sky so gray?
I need to move my head like this. Officer Marshall.
Why does it have to be him?
What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Beep.
Looks like the card reader's on again.
While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. Yo, busy then. Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us, hombres.
What happens if you talk to him? I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed in the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer. What was that noise? What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling? You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation. Pronto.
Alright, so now we know how... Okay, now we can just... let's just present the lunch on him first, and then maybe he'll talk. I didn't press the right button. This is the right button. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yes, Miss Starr. What's this? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. All right, Bambina. You win. Ask anything.
Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk. Yay, let's talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now. Like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all sold on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what exactly happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the day of our case. That's right. The evidence transfers.
Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too.
Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? Oh, well, we keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is sold, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated.
And that happened to SL9 2 days ago.
Not for long. I know maybe... I know what, maybe 2 of the machines in here do? Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, me and machines, well... I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be.
You're the security guard and you reckon?
One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. I pressed the wrong button.
That's the card reader by the door.
The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. 77777777777. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing.
Oh, okay. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. 584-2189. 514. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked for the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed the knife at me, sir.
If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed the knife at Officer Meekins?
Alright, compadre. You win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Hey. Got another piece, yes.
I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here.
Ooh, they're smart. Should we start with him? Maybe we'll get to know what his key thing is. Okay, it's nothing. It's nothing, he doesn't care. Nothing, he doesn't care. Okay. Move. Can we go in? We can. Let's go in first. Okay. There's a fishing rod. There's something. A target practice thing. A car door with a handcuff.
It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Oh, Gumshoe. Ah!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, that's his voice. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sure. Can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, it's true.
So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50, even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today? Boss for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you want to have these.
Oh my goodness, why are you crackling for no reason? Evidence room floor plans. Let's take a look at it before we move on. Okay, so there's a corner. It's an L shape, and there's a corner. Let's talk. So Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day.
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe.
Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card.
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose what's on. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint.
Oh, jeez.
So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it,
You get a shock.
if that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Only the sign of Detective Sprint's indicator lamp lights up when it's open.
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, the case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case.
Okay. Let me just say one thing. If I say okay, he doesn't know. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Ah, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
The second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What? I want to see what it updated to. No, that's not it. Aha! We now have names. Oh, the echo is on this whole time. Why? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Oh, why is it always on for so long? That's not it. Talk. Anything new? Yes, that's not on it.
No, that was a bloody violent case.
Violent? So it was a murder?
A serial killing.
A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right on the spotlight. Rumors.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SO9 incident, see?
So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Alright. Let's go to the guard station, present. Oh, he doesn't want to do it, does he? Oh, hang on, he does. What if we show this? The technology will be really bad. Okay, he doesn't know, Okay. Okay, that's nothing. That did nothing. And if I present this, he doesn't care, does he? No, he doesn't. Okay. Okay. Let's move to here. Oh, hang on. I didn't examine the area. Whoops. What is that? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slub. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either.
If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
God, it's so sad. Okay, I think they're gonna be mostly tidbits. What I'm interested at is this. What is a saw and paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. No, it's the badger. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger.
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here? In the evidence room?
Okay. Oh, the glove! SO911. Someone left the glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9?
It does have a tag on it.
Rubber glove added to the court record. Extremely thin rubber glove. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. See if there's anything. Nothing. The tag says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What? Are we playing a word game now? Okay, we haven't got anything to do with it yet. I think that comes up later on again. There's a bloody handprint there. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps.
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case.
The case?
Yes, a 9 isn't it, pal? See that sticker on one of the pieces there?
Another piece of SL9 evidence. Let's take a closer look.
I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try and put it back together?
Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom, so let's try putting the rest in place.
Here's another minigame. Okay, so we get... Okay, we get to choose... Okay, there we go. You don't know what chapter you're on since you got lost on which episode you're on. Oh, yeah, see, the episodes are way behind. This is like episode 21 or something. This is like chapter 21, and I've already edited up to like episode 14. So if you've been watching the edited videos, this is the case after what's on the videos right now. I need to keep editing it. It's just been hectic, the end of the year stuff, but hopefully now I can get back to it and edit it. Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the court record. Jar piece pieced back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Okay, now we want to keep examining. We're not finished yet. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. What is then? We just meet Emma. Yeah, we met Emma in episode 5, which is what this is. What the videos are at is episode 4. Emma's basically the replacement for Maya, since Maya's doing some retraining. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? And two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Oh, you've seen... Okay. So this is still day 2. So you meet her in day 1. This is day 2, and it's the investigation part. So the court, the trial has finished for the day. We're getting some more evidence now. I forgot how it's spelled. Yeah, Maya. M-A-Y-A. Yeah. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but it's definitely definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use her testing fluid to check it out.
Okay, but first I want to see. Also, there was like a picture of a thingy. Someone here. Look, this one's open. And the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker?
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it's hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the luminol now. Really? No? Oh, that's a lot of blood. Oh, we found the crime scene, boys and gals. That must have been one massive pool of blood.
Never seen anything like it.
I'm not a professional, but what's your opinion, Detective?
Pale blue blood.
Maybe Detective
Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien?
This proves something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it in the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
Okay, do we have any more? I knew it. This is someone's right handprint.
What?
What's the matter, Detective?
This locker, it's mine.
It's yours?
Please, you have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise me you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly.
Yeah, gumshoe, more like dumshoe. Ah, right?
You do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys, believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're the detective. I love the lines, dude. I don't think that. I think that's it. Yeah. Anything on this side? What? It's another right handprint, I think. No, it's a left handprint. What? Huh? Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door.
This just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What? This? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief.
Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail, by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans.
Hey, pal, look at the time.
Was there something you needed to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. You might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too.
Wait, is that it? Hang on. I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure. I'm sure. Okay, move. Guard station. Move. Police department entrance. Move. I'm gonna see. I can't show this to anyone. Move. Detention center. Present. Bum, bum. Bum. Bum, bum. Bum. Oh, he's the suspect for the murder in so what you missed was during the trial was that at the same time that Detective Bruce Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office, which is the original case, Detective Bruce Goodman was killed in the evidence room of the police department, which is 30 minutes apart. So the mystery right now is, how the hell is Bruce Goodman in two places, and how the hell did he die, get murdered in both at the same time? Yeah. Yeah, so the suspect for the prosecutor's office is it Amy? It's Amy's sister Lana, and the suspect for the the police department is this guy, and I forgot that I'm not playing on mouse and keyboard. that's how easily I can forget. I want to show him this, see if he has another thing. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? Okay, he doesn't know. Okay. Alright. Move to here. What if we present this to her? Would you take a look at this? You, yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it, I guess. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it. So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite. The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. We don't know yet. We don't know. I don't think. Okay, so we'll just go to High Prosecutor's thing. You're calling it? All right. We'll keep in mind. We might do a thing where people take a guess on who the killer is. Okay, room 1202. Oh, it's him, the bellboy. Ah, guests. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by a window, a teacup in his hands. You got a better suspect. You gotta finalize a suspect to take the guess, dude.
Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service?
No, it's not finished right. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry.
I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. It's Angel 100%. When do we find out who the killer is? Can we bet some channel points on it? Yes, we can. So until the final couple of chapters, I'll let you guys take a guess, and then we'll do a prediction. We'll do a channel prediction. Does that sound good?
Yeah, alright, sweet. We're pretty close though. Oh, you were going to set up. Oh, you can set up a prediction, don't you? But there's it's not going to be on this stream. There's 4 days, according to the walkthrough on this. See how it says day 4, trial latter 2. So It's gonna be...
Echo is on again. Oh my lord. Yeah, so as you can see, apparently this has day 4. So we're pretty far away. We're pretty far away. So, you know, that's at least like 3 weeks or something. So we'll have to set it up for then, not right now.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Oh, I didn't want to move. Talk. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes. Apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why? I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still...
Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts.
Let's present the thing and talk why, and say what, ask maybe why he entered the evidence room on the 21st of Feb. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? Posture check. Man. Oh, my back cracked a bit. I'm just gonna do a preemptive hydrate because my throat is getting sore. Oh. This game takes a lot out of me, throat-wise. I just did that. Yeah. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. Just making... Thank you. Making the water break illegal. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it.
Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. He smiled. Who smiled? Me? I always smile. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Edgeworth smiling. He smiles sometimes. Is there a new one? No. Alright, let's take a look at the walkthrough, see if I'm doing okay. Evidence room sector 3, that's fine. We got this part slowly. This is the puzzle, that's fine. Here we go. Okay, so I just did that. I was right. So then the next one is this one, and then we talk to him. Oh, and then we do a fingerprinting set. Okay. So we get to do the mini game with the fingerprint set. All right. Present one of these. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator.
Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then.
He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation?
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than usual. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. So you got the walkthrough you have, and looked at the things you've done so far, and I kind of got a grasp. Sweet. Just don't look forward. I only look up to the part that I'm up to. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. But my sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science... Huh? Yes, of course. You don't want to write for yourself? Nice. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, hmm? Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Oh. Thanks.
How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
Fingerprinting set and fingerprint file received. Let's go. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right.
I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere.
Okay, so now we go back to the ooh. Can I use this? There's a handprint there. I want to touch it. The blue badger is still winding here today. Or whatever. I didn't really read it properly. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing.
Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday.
Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. Okay, we're just going to ignore the bloody... the handprint there. It's gonna come up. It's in the court record. It's gonna come up. Okay, let's move now. Guard station. Oh, he's gone again. Evidence room. Oh, hello. Evidence room, sector 3. Phoenix, come on, man. Yeah, I know, right? It's because it's not up to that point yet. The story doesn't want to let me do that yet.
Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. So what do we do that? Oh, it just does it automatically? Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. This one. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. This is all like in the DS. This is all... No, the leftmost one is sideways. It's like this, right? So the clearest print would be the finger because it's straight up against the locker. That's my choose. That's my reasoning. But yeah, in the DS version, this is all on the second screen, and this is all on the touch screen. It's great. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Yeah, no, I know. The thumb is on the side when you do this. See how it's slightly off at an angle, but your index finger is straight up pressing against the locker. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button, see? Okay, so that's how they change it, because it used to be, in the DS version, it was the stylus. You tap the screen with the stylus. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the X button. Exciting, I know. And on the DS, you just blow into the mic. Imagine you're blowing out the candles in a birthday cake. Wow, that looks like fun.
It might take some getting used to, though.
I can't help but feel like that's a sly dig on the fact that it's not on the DS. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I better give it a try.
Alright. I cannot read. Creedler! Hey, my dude. Hey, how are you? Alright. I used to just cover the whole screen. Alright, blow. Hey. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. That's quite difficult to read. I know, right? It's the color. But he's saying, ew, it's a kitty. Yeah, he's wearing a glove. The glove's bloodied. It's a bloody glove. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? Oh, what does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. How are we? We're good, we're good. I was just talking a little bit between this chapter and the previous chapter. I was talking about how my throat is going to be sore because I cried this morning, and this is really bad for my throat. We're good. I'm pretty sure we're good. We're enjoying ourselves. We're enjoying ourselves with a good game. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. Oh, there's a smudge there. It seems like there are other prints. There are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. I think it'll be Detective Gumshoe's fingerprint. There we go. What am I missing? Is that? Why is it not? There we go. Yay! A print so clear, it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. We're hydrating again, Jacobs. Oh my goodness, hang on. I need to go and grab some because I've finished the cup. I'll be right back. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? You're so mean. Mom tried to trap my cat underneath a basket, an upside-down basket. It's too hot to run, human. I don't want to run. Huh? How was I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? It would be, what's his face? Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, Detective Gumshoe. Match found! Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always a next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I need to do luminol. No. I need to spray. Right. Okay, that didn't work. Wait, how do I... What do I do here? What do I do here? How do I do it? Examine. Court record. Spray. Okay, now what? I can just go back. I can only go back. Oh. I'm stupid. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Let's check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand? I can't see. Oh, hello. It was just yellow for some reason. That area. Oh. Yes. Okay, not him. Not her. Not her. Not her. Looks a little bit like Gant. Oh, hey, Calinity. How are you? Not Mike. Ooh, this is actually quite close. Ooh, it's Marshall. Hello. Ooh, Marshall. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. Found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The print has been wiped. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood, and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain. You awkwardly joined a Discord chat. So you awkwardly dipped out of the... Fair. It was just for pure silence. Yeah, that's fair. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. Huh? I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. They used to be family friends. Of course she doesn't believe it. It's sad.